2021 SBLive Washington virtual media days can't hold them in person this year due to the coronavirus pandemic. But myself, Dan Dickow, my colleague Andy Bueller at SBLive Washington are glad to bring some coverage for boys and girls programs across the state. Some have begun playing already. Some are about to play. The program I'm about to speak with, they are just getting started. So they're ready to get going. From Southwest Washington, La Center High School, Jeremy Ecklund, head coach, alongside Riley Fender and Isaiah Romero. Thanks for joining, guys. First off, Coach, I'm going to ask you, how long has this 14, 15-month break been for you to be able to get back on the floor with your guys?
Oh, it's crazy the amount of time it's been between games here. Basketball is usually a year-round thing for me. And to be this off for this long, I haven't coached a game since the state tournament in March of last year. I'm nervous about tonight. I was just going through all my notes and getting my paperwork together and just trying to remember if I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing, just because it's been so long.
Riley and Isaiah, Coach mentions he's got some nerves, seeing the fact that he hasn't roamed the sideline, paced the sidelines for 14, 15 months. How about you guys? What have you been doing to get yourselves ready and your teammates ready, seeing that you can do stuff on your own, but you can't necessarily be with your group in a team practice setting?
I mean, yeah, it has been a long time. I know personally I've been working out with Matt Conboy. He's a trainer here in Southwest Washington. And then as a team, we've been able to, obviously for the last 2 weeks, been practicing, and it's been a good one to get back in the gym, and it's been challenging at times, obviously, having been so long, but I think we're all excited to get back on the court.
Yeah, I'm just excited to get back out there. I mean, like Coach said, it's been 14 months. We went to state, and literally the next week went into that 2-week lockdown. So it's real excited to get out there with my boys.
2-week lockdown?
Well, yeah, 2-week year. What's the difference?
Yeah, the longest 2 weeks of our lives.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right. You guys are stepping into pretty big roles this season, and especially with the run and replacing your guys from last year who were such a big part of what you did. How have you guys prepared yourselves to make that step, and what types of things, just from a leadership standpoint, Coach, has it been important to kind of instill in these guys? We'll start with Riley and Isaiah.
I think if we just play as one cohesive role and one cohesive team, fill our roles together, we'll be fine. Just fill our roles really.
I think definitely there's a lot of underclassmen on this team, which is a good thing in my opinion, because they have room to grow over the next couple of years. But a lot of them are going to be making big impacts on this team starting today. So I think everyone obviously knows their role, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun getting out there.
Yeah, I mean, these guys should be chomping at the bit. We had a real strong senior class that we graduated last year. We've had great success over the last 4 years. These guys have seen that growth. Both these guys got some playing time last year in the game, so they should have a feel of how we play, the style we like to go. We're fast-paced, high-scoring type offense. We play defense once in a while, but we've really had that mentality of outscore the other team, and so I think these guys know that. They've been pretty positive in practice with trying to get guys up to speed. So,
Coach, you guys do have that reputation of playing up and down and really putting an emphasis on the offensive end of the floor. To do that, you got to be in great shape. How do you feel the conditioning level is for your guys, considering there hasn't been a lot of opportunities to work with them in a group setting up till now?
Yeah, no, our conditioning is horrible. I don't know what's going to happen tonight, because we're going to press and trap and run. That is the plan. So, I'm just hoping that I've got 10, 11 guys that are ready to play tonight. And I told these guys that they should be tired tonight, the way that we play. If they're not sucking wind and saying, "Hey, Coach, I need a break," then they're not playing hard enough, because I know they're in horrible shape. So they're going to need breaks.
Hey, Riley and Isaiah, it sounds like Coach is being a straight shooter. How has practice been the first couple weeks? Hearing his refreshing honesty towards you guys being in shape, but then also probably pushing you behind closed doors.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, at times it's definitely pushes us and definitely is a wake-up call from the last 8 months, 9 months. But other times it is very encouraging to know that from where we're at now to where we're going to be in 2-3 weeks is going to be night and day. as far as conditioning and as far as our level of play too. I mean, it's gonna really take off, and I'm excited.
Yeah, I think we just need to get a little more conditioning, get our feet under ourselves will be good.
Riley, Isaiah, I'm going to put you guys on the spot in front of your coach here. So bear with me. But is there something that your coach does that when he does it, you think, we're in for it. We really screwed up.
Oh boy.
He probably gets mad when we try to like grab a rim or slap the backboard at practice. It's probably something makes me mad.
Something that makes me mad. Yeah, well, we got a technical a couple years ago for somebody grabbing the rim when they didn't need to.
Never forget that.
No,
I remember.
no.
I mean, I think definitely there are times in practice when we need to be taking stuff seriously as far as going over plays or going over, coverages or something like that. But I think when we can kind of get off track at times, I mean, overall our practices are pretty focused, but at times he can definitely get on us when we're not online.
Jeremy, no broken clipboards, thrown jackets, anything like that?
No. If they do something, and if I just blow a random whistle, that's when they know, oh, okay, now we're going to be doing some running. So I'm not much of a yeller or screamer. I let the whistle talk for me.
Awesome. Coach, I've enjoyed talking basketball with you over the last couple of years. And I know how much the game means to you, but you mentioned the 14 months, and I got to go back to that break. What have you improved upon as a coach or learned from watching NBA and or college games that you want to try to implement with your program? Because I'm imagining it's the longest break for you, just like many other coaches I've talked to, that gives them a chance to maybe kind of take a bigger perception or a bigger picture look at what they want to do with their program.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of things and tried to relate it to how we do things and how can we get better at it. I've watched a lot of Gonzaga basketball this season. That was the nice thing about the break, is that I did get to watch a lot of basketball, and you just watch some of those programs that do play up and down, and how do we relate that, and how do we get that to our level, type thing. So I think it's more of just fine tuning what we've been doing has been my focus over the last 14 months. Talking to a lot of other coaches in our area around the state, watching basketball. I'm on a daily email, where we get all the different tips and tactics for basketball, and just looking at that stuff and just trying to absorb as much as possible, but also enjoying the break a little bit as far as just being able to focus on the craft.
Awesome. Well, Coach Ecklund, Riley, Isaiah, we appreciate the time. We wish Le Center nothing but the best of health and luck. Thank you for joining myself and Andy Bueller and the rest of the SBLive Washington crew for our virtual media days. Hopefully next year we can do this in person across the state.